Hello, everyone, once again to another installment of Crossover Commerce. Not our traditional episode like we have day to day, but this is a live look at one of another event that's happening in the Amazon e-commerce space. If you're new to the show or new to this kind of format, my name is Ryan Cramer. I'm the host of Crossover Commerce with PingPong Payments. That being said, I've actually done a series of these events here recently, a live look at virtually look at these events that are going on. We know in today's age, there's so much going on, whether it's you can't travel and see people in person, or it's really difficult to get to all these different events that are happening on a day-to-day basis, whether it's travel restrictions or just you don't have the funds to do this. So what I decided to come up with is tap into our network of people to give us a live look at, hey, maybe in the next year or so, when this event rolls back around, we can kind of dive into and see if it's worthwhile to put our money resources into attend this events. Today's installment we're going to be talking about is actually going to be the White Label Expo. White Label Expo happens and is now ran by the people who also run Prosper Show. They run this event now for a couple of years now. It's very focused in one locale, but it's actually grown internationally. This event happening right now is going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a huge exhibit hall from what I've already heard and understand from the exhibitors here in the space. So that being said, we're going to get a live look at why people might want to attend this event, who's attending at these sort of as an exhibitor, maybe who's the crowd, and if this fits your profile, maybe checking out the next White Label Expo. Again, it happens in multiple different locales throughout the world. This one's in Las Vegas. There is one at the end of September happening in New York, supposedly happening in New York, and then there's international ones happening in Germany as well as London in the United Kingdom. So that being said, I already have my first surprise guest. What I like to do on this kind of format is bring on people who have been willing enough to spend some time out of their busy schedule at the event to kind of show us around, answer some questions, what their thoughts and feelings and what their expertise, what they're seeing in sort of the crowd, they're feeling, if you will. So that being said, I already have someone who's waiting in the wings, going ahead and bring on, have a little promo for himself. White Label Expo in Vegas, Mr. Moneyman himself, Rob Stanley. Rob, there he is in the flesh. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Ryan? 2 weeks in a row, man. 2 weeks in a row, we're going live at different events.
I was going to say, well, that's good to hear. And obviously, you're all decked out as normal in your attire, if you will. Last time we spoke to you, you were in Retail X in Chicago. Now you're in Vegas. A little bit hot out there. So what's the feel like on the ground there as my on the scene reporter?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's this is a big show. I have to say this hall is really big. Not to say anything bad about Retail X. Retail X was a great show. Had a lot of fun there. Met a lot of great customers, but for sure, bigger hall, a lot more vendors. Of course, if you're not aware, there is a CBD integration with some of the e-com. They are splitting that up next year and kind of separating it more. It is fairly separated. It's not perfect right now, but ton of vendors here. Great stages. There's going to be lots of live presentations. I got my CEO, Eitan, in the back there. And we're, of course, at booth with a 6138, so people can come by. We got some great people actually standing by that want to say hi and jump on board. So once again, Rob Stanley with Katita. You know, if you're looking to maximize your FBA refunds, head by booth 6138. And real quick, Ryan, I got Adam here. Adam's from Boosted Commerce, so we're going to put him
awesome. On. And to kind of preface and set the scene, Adam, what's going on from Boosted Commerce? Adam, you are what's your position over there? This is Ryan from PingPong Payments. I have live on the scene. I have reporters there, as you can see. We're talking with our audience about just the White Label Expo itself. Is this your first event you've been on this season? I wouldn't say this year, or is this one of the many ones you've stopped at?
Yeah, so Boosted is in the aggregator space, primarily focused on Amazon, but really across the e-commerce section. So we've been on the circuit. We were at Prosper. We were in Brooklyn for ATGTG. Hopefully I got that acronym right.
ASGTG.
Yep, that's right.
Appreciate it. So, you know, we're at booth 8045 over here. Super excited. Expecting 15,000 people to come across.
Yeah. I was hearing 18,000 actually, so
18,
this could be interesting.
So it should be a great event. I'm very excited to be here and super excited to meet people who are looking to sell their businesses.
So with that being said, like obviously all three of us are in services in capacity. 18,000 people seems like just an immense amount of people to attend one event. What's kind of the mix? Is it brands? Is it Amazon sellers, e-commerce sellers? What's kind of the expected? Yeah, what's kind of the expectation for everyone who's set the scene and hasn't had a chance to go to this kind of event?
Yeah, it should be about 60-40 here. We have some Amazon focus. There's a whole section dedicated to Amazon, but it's really a larger e-commerce business. As was mentioned earlier, there's also a focus on CBD here. So you got a lot of clientele around that segment. But really, things are starting to open up. There's been some backlog with a lot of conferences closed down last year. So everybody's starting to get back there. Masks being worn, as you can see, given some COVID stuff, but exciting to have things open it up a little bit and get people back into live performance. We've seen them soon.
Absolutely. So with booths kind of being the thing that catch people's eyes, what are you guys doing that's special to capture people's attention? I'm curious from a marketing aspect. Well, what's that thing that makes you guys unique that they're going to stop by and say, "Hey,
out with me.
what's boosted?"
Come on, Ryan.
That's right.
We got the money suit. That's part of it. So, we are very seller focused. We have something called the Seller Circle, where all of our sellers have opportunities to grow with us. Right? We want them to continue. We understand people who build these businesses; it's their babies. We want to take care of their babies and take them to the next level. So we have a team of operators behind us. A lot of people say, "Man, I wish I had another 10 to 20 hours in the day." We have that time because we have a team versus a lot of these being 1 to 2 person businesses, and then we help them start their next one. Also, we recently had a small meet and greet with the former CFO and president of Disney, and we have a bunch of those other ones coming up. We also have office hours where our sellers can come and we can talk with them about their next business and help them grow. So we are super seller oriented. We want to continue to scale, but it's more than a transaction for us. It's a family, and that's how we're approaching it.
Awesome. Well, let's kind of get crazy. What's the favorite product you guys that have acquired and now are selling online? Are you allowed to say that?
We've got a bunch of favorite products. There's one that we recently got that we have here, which is it's very relevant for Vegas, which is a hangover supplement pill. We've got.
Hey, where's the samples on that?
They are at our booth. Come check us out at 8:45. We can hand a few of those out. But it's a way to. We are actually one of the few aggregators who are also participating in the supplement and food space, and very excited by the opportunity there.
Well, like I said, promise to cure hangovers over at the Boosted booth right there. If you're in Vegas and you're watching this live, go ahead and check that out. If you have a bad hangover either today and again or tomorrow, because the conference is 2 days, so it's going on today and tomorrow. So that being said, that's super fantastic. What's kind of your outlook for the rest of the year? I would say for Q3 going into Q4, lots of new acquisitions, hopefully, or is there growth happening on the direct to consumer with your own current brands? Well, what's that excitement like for you guys?
Absolutely. We're growing like the weed right now. All of the above, we're acquiring business at a tremendous pace. We're also growing our existing portfolio of over 30 brands at the moment. So a combination of the two. My team on the M&A side here to meet sellers. We also have the ops team here just to learn a few more tricks of the trade. I'm really excited for where we're going.
Awesome. Do you have any predictions for the rest of the year where there might be focus or something under the radar that you might want to keep an eye on, or you have you and your team are keeping an eye on trends or industry, paths of people? Like, for example, we saw a firm, for example, start to partner now with Amazon. Now it's more of you can do installments of payments and whatnot. So that from my perspective is interesting. Maybe more high ticket items can be purchased quicker for consumers, but now you can pay it out on a longer term. Is there anything like that you might be keeping an eye on personally or professionally?
For sure. I think everything in Amazon has reduced their fee from 15 to 5% for people coming from off Amazon traffic. So the world has been coming omni-channel for a long time. It's only continuing to go that way. One of our founders, Charlie Chenerat's founded a company called Charming Charlie, which grew to 400 stores across the world. So brick and mortar is, I think a bit down at the moment, but there's absolutely opportunities there. And if you think about omni-channel, driving traffic to Amazon is going to be worth your weight in gold while also starting DTC, Shopify. So how can you kind of mix that all together and be where the consumer is? And that's our ultimate goal, right? Bring fantastic brands to the consumer that are loved by our consumers. And you have to be everywhere to do that, correct? Amazing stuff.
Well, Boosted Commerce, based out of Los Angeles, have one of the few companies, I would say 25, that have raised now $137 million, if I remember correctly, if I had my number right. that boosted commerce this year. Look at me. I'm a Rolodex of how much funds are raised and debt raised. For you guys raising, is there expectations to continue to grow and make those big announcements, or is that on the down low right now? Or you guys are happy where you're at?
We are always growing, so always conversations being had.
I wouldn't. Yeah, don't blame me for trying to get a scoop on a story of any news that might be coming with. No, but no, of course, no. That's amazing. Well, good luck at the booth and event. Obviously, what's the booth and number again that people need to check out again if they're down there in Las Vegas? 8045.
We'll be there. We got big orange signs. We've got some supplement pills, hangover pills. Hand it out. Would love to talk to anybody who's interested in pension.
Anybody who's hungover.
Well, that's what boosted would be, like boost your mentality, your overall state, your happiness, if you will. So I'm assuming that's where the name came from. So thank you so much for hopping on today. Just giving some of your time. We're always here. This is live on the ground as a reporter. What your expectations are. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so Ryan, quick shout out to anybody who is at the White Label Expo, Gatita, Boosted, who else did we throw in there? Payability. We'll be doing a really cool event tonight. Go by any of those 3 booths. Top Golf invite. It is after the dinner. There is a dinner tonight. We're doing like a secondary party after that at Top Golf. So we'll have, any Amazon sellers swing by. We'll get you on the list. Any of the 3 booths I just mentioned. Let's see, who else do we have? We got Payability over here. Let's take a little walk around, Ryan. That's always kind of fun.
Yeah, so unlike, for kind of setting the scene, as Rob, I'll bring it back on when you're ready. So as people are kind of understanding the different events landscape too, you can kind of see in the background of where Rob is. This is in a completely different section of where Prosper happened. A little bit more spread out, like you said, 15 to 18,000 people strong are going to be there on the scene, whether it's direct and consumer brands, really Amazon sellers. You heard about the 60-40 split. Super fascinating to see how this is continuing to evolve. You mentioned a big CBD crowd, again, for lots of people who may not be familiar with the space, lots of consumables or just topicals or anything trying to be sold online, where as it begins to continue to grow and their sales grow online, that's where you're going to start to see a lot of these entrepreneurs grow in that space. But keeping it out separate as that industry grows, as e-commerce and Amazon continue to grow, they need their own event in its space in itself. So all used to be one big thing. Now it's completely grown kind of together in this huge, massive event this year. I know last year it didn't happen, but got pushed to this event. Again, now it's starting to trickle and pop up, not just in the United States, but also worldwide as well. So that being said, let's go ahead and bring back Rob with another surprise guest. We have
Jacob
Payability.
From Payability. Yeah.
Jacob from Payability. Jacob, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, Ryan. Nice to see you, bud. How's everything going?
It's still very calm here in my office. I haven't moved, it feels like, in decades. So, but that being said, yeah, Rob's kind of my eyes and ears on the ground. We're asking how people's events, quote unquote, season's been going. You were at what? Prosper, ASGTG, Retail X, maybe? I don't know. What ones were you at?
Yeah, good question. So we just stuck to Prosper and White Label this year. So we did not attend ASGTG or Retail X. It was sort of a pick and choose this year. It's a different type of ball game in 2021, and we're out to make the best decisions for the team, and we're excited about being here.
You just like being in Vegas. Let's just say that. You just like being in Las Vegas.
It's a love-hate relationship with Vegas.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, there's too much going on here. It's
awesome.
It's hard to sleep at night.
I was gonna say, I believe it or not, this may or may not surprise people. I've personally never been to Vegas, so this is something that's crazy in my eyes. All these events that are going on, with Vegas having all these sort of events, is there lots going on at the same time, or like traditionally what you would expect, or is there just one major event and you kind of have to? Everyone knows it's happening in Vegas. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does make sense. And there's plenty of events going on in Vegas. This is the hot spot for every single conference. So you'll see people with badges everywhere. I think the one thing that's different is, you don't really have international travel coming to Las Vegas. So it's very, very domestic. So when you think about, Las Vegas 2019 compared to 2021. It's missing that piece, and it's definitely a huge piece. But that being said, people are here to have fun. It's been a long 18 months, and people want to get out and enjoy themselves a little bit. And what better place, right? As long as you're
Exactly.
safe.
Well, in the city of money, I have two money people in front of me. Hopefully you're not losing that money, but you're gaining it back. We're not gambling, right? With payability, that's certainly not the case. You're actually gaining more of your profits. You're actually financing your own business. For people who didn't catch our podcast episode and are listening to this live, payability is working on what right now?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so payability is working on growing for Amazon and e-commerce sellers. We are not gambling money. We are about stacking that paper up. So investing back into your business, inventory, marketing, continued growth, and what better event than White Label? We're looking out for Amazon sellers to source a new product, and pretty much anyone who's looking to grow their business. Right, this is the right place to be.
Right. Is now that, I guess for you guys, maybe both of you can help me out. Is now the right time to take money or to like invest in the business? Obviously with inventory resources, or do you guys typically see wait till Q1? Like what's that? Is there a seasonality to it, or is now the time more than ever we need to start investing in our businesses again?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think as we move into Q4, people are ramping up right now. So when we talk about the growth and payabilities, customer count, and people's businesses, October through December is gigantic. So they're going to start investing end of September into October to continue that rush. No one wants to stock out during Q4, and that's exactly why we're here.
Right. And we talked about this morning on my podcast. If you're not doing your inventory yet, or you haven't it on the water, start ordering now, like today. Like you missed it yesterday. Rob, what about the same? I was going to say, same for you. Question: Is there a seasonality to reimbursements that you think? I can hear you fine, by the way.
Yeah, perfect. So for us, for Gatita, you actually want to sign up now, because what'll end up happening during that Q4 period is, there's going to be lost inventory. There's going to be issues with returns and things like that. And we usually see a big spike right after that, but you want to have it in place now so we can capture all that data for you during that Q4 period and be able to, analyze it and start getting those refunds going. So after the big Q4 rush, you get actually a pretty decent refund on any issues or problems you run into with, any one of a number of different situations. I mean, scenarios are almost endless on, lost inventory and refunds and labels and just you name it. It goes on and on. So absolutely.
Well, awesome. Well, that's good to know. Obviously, almost like a proactive approach instead of a reactive of, I don't have enough inventory. I need to talk to my people at payability, obviously, to invest in, that growth capital, but then also having that Gatita approach of, once Q4 is over, you need to make sure everything's in place to make sure that we don't lose money and leave it on the table. So I guess, like, Jacob, for you, what's your favorite thing about events? Is it meeting with people? Is it bringing on new clients or customers? Everyone has like their thing. What's your favorite thing about events? I know they're exhausting, but what's your favorite thing about them?
I think the best part is each individual story, right? We hear from a different seller every couple seconds, and when you're in the office sort of hyper focused on one role, you don't really get to be in front of the customer so much, especially face to face. So you hear the pain points, you hear exactly what they're looking for, you hear hesitations, and it's really just the best place to alleviate any reservations for our product and for anything. There's no better place than face to face.
Amazing. Well, what's your favorite giveaway that you guys are doing? Like, it looks like we have a table full of fun goodies and giveaways. Are we giving away anything of substance? Like, what are we talking about here?
So we've got some coin purses. We're very family oriented here when we think about our swag. If we've got one of our seller cards here. Anyone who signs up at White Label is getting a $500 sign-up bonus. So that's one of the main perks here. And the payability seller card is key to our business.
No, that's not the best ones. Ryan, they got a koozie for my beer tonight. They've got a money clip to hold the money I won out on the tables. There's some good swag here. You got to come by. Tell them the booth number.
Yeah, what's the booth number?
5134.
5134. Okay. So we were at 800. We were at the 8,000s, and we're at 500. We're like moving our way up. Like is this in the middle? Like, where is this in context to the floor?
About in the middle.
Yeah, middle
Okay.
back.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
it is gigantic. Yeah, it is. When we think about Prosper, probably 2 to 3x the size.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, I mean, I was telling Rob, stay away from all the edibles. Do not eat anything unless you know what's in it. From that's what I've been told. There's a big CBD crowd. But that being said, that's kind of the exciting thing about e-commerce, right? Is like you're finding new and unique ways for businesses that are cropping up online. Maybe a CBD crowd needs some funding and ability to sell online, right? Maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, the CBD industry is it's interesting. It's considered high risk for a lot of lenders and processing, and payability funds those customers. So we are here to help CBD clients. We know it's a difficult world to navigate in terms of financing and growth, and we're here to support them. That's one of the reasons we're here at White Label.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time today. I know it's going to start picking up. I'm assuming it's after lunchtime for me. You're on the East Coast, so you've moved since then too. So you're busy and you're all around. So we'll catch you. I know we have lots of the different events coming up. We'll see payability, but best of luck at the event, and thanks for spending some time just giving us a little peek behind the curtains, if you will.
Of course. No, thanks, Ryan, and also be sure to stop by the PingPong booth. Right, you guys are set up.
That's right. They're on standby. They're
21.
on standby right now.
Oh,
So
there you go.
yeah.
Hey, Ryan, before we exit off, before I go off here, I'm giving you a quick, just so you can see people are starting to come in, kind of look down the road, just one row. So here, let me have the earpiece real quick. This is just one row that people are coming down right now, just to kind of give you a ballpark of, people coming down this row. So yeah, definitely it's starting to pick up. Things are just starting to happen. I got to go back and work the booth, but I'm on standby if Ryan needs me. And, once again, be sure to stop by Boost of Commerce, Payability, and Gatita, obviously. Ryan, great having you on. Let me know if you need anything else from me later today.
Rob, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Mr. Moneyman himself. Again, I'll play you out with that nice, awesome graphic that you created for us. Mr. Moneyman himself. Rob Stanley. Yeah, best of luck in the conference. Let me know how it goes, and we'll talk to you later, man.
Thanks, Ryan. See you later.
No problem. Bye. And again, that was Rob Stanley, Mr. Moneyman himself. If you're at the expo, again, looking around, you won't miss him. I promise you. One of the great people in the space. Again, those at the Gatita booth, the Boost booth, and then Payability booth, all partners, again, and people that are fantastic to help you grow your business, whether it's finances or even exiting your business. As you can see a theme, there's a lot of money being money. And as entrepreneurs, let's just talk about that. As entrepreneurs, your number one goal is to be more financially free and to obviously build a brand and name for yourself. Those are probably the number 1A things that you're probably building. Money is super important. How you finance, how you keep more of it, how you recover more of it if it's taken away from you. So no one wants to pay fees. So that being said, I'm not sure if my colleagues can actually hear me or not, but he might be around in the booth. I actually have the team from PingPong. He's giving me a thumbs up. All right. So that being said, with more money and keeping more of it, I'm going to go ahead and bring a PingPong colleague, Brandon of PingPong. Brandon, what is going on, man? How are you?
Hey, Ryan, what's going on? Can you hear me loud and clear?
I got you, man. You're pacing back there, so I wasn't sure what was happening. If there's something wrong or if there's a lot hopping going on already at the expo. How are things going?
It's going really well. We're just getting started here. I was pacing back and forth because he got me excited. I'm about to get on camera, Ryan Cramer, so I had to get ready. But yeah, we're here at the convention, the White Label Expo. As you can see, we started about 30 minutes ago, and there was already a huge line of people waiting to come inside. So it was really exciting. We have a lot of different vendors, different Amazon sellers, businesses, etc., all around us. As you can see, we got the rest of the team here. I want to give a shout out to Lorenzo right here, and we got
Lorenzo,
Austin, and we have Penny Tsang coming in later. So we are going to have a very big presence here. We're just going to be actively meeting people. But overall, it's been very exciting. Can't complain.
Amazing, man. Well, you've been at a couple of these events in the last couple of weeks, right? You've been, which ones were you at? Oh, this is your first one. Okay.
Personally, Austin was in Chicago with Arjun and a handful of other folks. And there was also another convention, I believe, in Brooklyn with Kenny.
Right.
So those were last week. So we've been active. We've been in different cities, different states. So it's really good.
That's true. Yeah. And we were touching base with other partners of PingPong, how being at all these different events, Retail X, obviously Prosper was the first one that kicked off in Vegas. Then you had Prosper Retail X, and then also ASGTG, which was in Brooklyn. Now we're in White Label Expo. have you been to a White Label Expo before? This is your first one with PingPong, correct?
Yes, this is the first one. And honestly, I'm just excited to see all the different personalities here. I definitely want to give a shout out to Mr. Payable. His outfit was amazing. Like that was different stuff right there.
Mr. Money
I
Man
love the
Rob.
fact.
Yeah, you need to stop by the Gatita booth for sure.
So I'm gonna stop by and check out his swagger. Definitely like what he's bringing to the table and the energy he got going on.
Well, yeah, Brandon. So we have lots of a couple things I wanted to cover real quick. So this is my live look on the ground. Expectations there are anywhere from 15 to 18,000 people.
Definitely.
What's the PingPong team's expectation of what to expect from this event?
Yes, great question. So our approach and our strategy is to most importantly get the name PingPong out there, shake a bunch of hands, learn about different people's business, and just kind of build brand awareness. And in that process, we want to generate leads. So in that way, we're just going to collect information, learn about the businesses, see if there's any area of opportunity where we can help them save money, because that's our prime focus is helping companies save money. So overall, it's just really networking. That's the really big key here today.
Amazing. So what have you been able to meet any specific brands, or what's kind of the snapshot of the people you've met so far?
Actually, I just met Zenpak, who's right next door to us. And coincidentally,
Okay.
he's only 45 minutes away from where I'm located. He's in Sunnyvale, California. And they're a packaging company that caters to specifically Amazon business. And they're actual Amazon sellers as well. So the cool thing is, like, just off of that brief conversation, we already found a great opportunity where we can fill in that gap. So just the fact that next door to us, we already have some opportunity, that just goes to show throughout the remaining of the event, we're going to meet multiple people, get connected with different businesses. And it's only been the first 30 minutes, so I'm just really excited about that aspect of the event and just getting to meet all these great personalities out here and businesses.
Well, if people are on their way, yeah, I was going to say this is a 2-day event, correct? So you're going to be there today and tomorrow, that Wednesday, Thursday, correct?
Yeah, we're going to be here for the rest of today till 5 p.m. Same thing tomorrow. So we're going to be here all day long, constantly meeting people. We might take a little break in between them, but overall, we're going to be giving that, ping pong awareness, going back and forth all day long.
So with I always think that people in events are they're depending on where you're at, right? You have different expectations. Events in Las Vegas, me personally, I just talked about this earlier. I've never been to Vegas for a conference. That being said, what if you've been to different conferences around at different parts of the world or the country? Mm-hmm. What is the kind of setting, if you will, different? How does it stand up against other parts of, wherever you might be having an event?
So
does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. So based on the take and information from my colleagues who've been in other places, they have admitted that this has been the most friendly, in the sense of like people are actively trying to meet people. They want to talk to people. It's kind of like, just the results of the pandemic. There hasn't been shows throughout the whole remaining of the previous year. And now that we're kind of slowly getting back into it, people are just excited to meet different people. And, that's how most opportunities in business come and manifest. It's just all those natural connections and relationship building. And then, that's kind of like our take on it. Though overall, it's just like the atmosphere being very friendly, people ready to meet and just network.
Absolutely.
So
and of course, no, it does. No. So with this being one of the few events that have been happening, obviously we talked about it a little bit earlier on this kind of like live look at the event. International travel hasn't been fully like available for people to come outside of the United States, but it's more people selling, inside the United States and then can sell outwards. From your perspective, does that give you a little bit easier take on what to expect in terms of clientele businesses and what maybe their problems are, or does that kind of make things a little bit more difficult to kind of put in perspective?
Yeah, I think it's actually very helpful because, every person I've met, they've been coming from all over the U.S. So as you said, domestically. So, from one of our solutions caters to the domestic businesses selling internationally. So it actually aligns very well because a lot of these people are qualified to use what we offer. So I actually think there's going to be a lot of room of opportunity just because of that aspect of the fact that it's primarily domestic. There are a little sprinkle of people coming internationally. We did see Alibaba and a few other companies here. But overall, though, I did see a lot of people traveling to be here. So
that's good.
So, yeah.
So what's your so with PingPong, what's the number one thing that people need to know when they're coming to your booth? What's the first thing that needs to be spoken about?
Yeah, definitely. So we definitely want them to acknowledge that we can help facilitate payments globally, and help people save money when doing those payments. Because right now there's a lot of hidden fees and conversion rates that takes place when they're doing supplier pay internationally. And with our solution, we're able to help people save money per payment. So we're going to lead with supplier pay and also follow up with other solutions catering to the currency conversion and people selling internationally on Amazon. So that's going to be our prime focus, focusing on supplier pay and then seeing how we can help other businesses convert their earnings at a lower rate. So that's going to be our strategy today.
It's amazing. You're tip of the tongue, man. You have it all ready for you're ready to go. I'm gonna say if I'm your warm up act, you're ready to go. Let's get a little fun. What is at the ping pong booth? If I'm a person walking by, what am I expecting to pick up maybe as swag, or what can I expect to be walking away with?
Yeah. Hey, Lorenzo, can you pass me a t-shirt really quick? So we got these awesome ping pong t-shirt. I see you rocking the attire already. So people are going to get the opportunity to get that exclusive ping pong t-shirt. If they get a chance to walk up to us individually, I'll go ahead and give it to them myself. So let them folks know if they're here, look out for BQ and I'll be able to give it to you directly. Also, we'll
What's
be
the
having
booth number?
The booth number. Lorenzo, remind me of the booth number. 2023. That's where we're located. 2023.
2023.
Right.
All right.
The entrance is literally like a couple booths down. If you see where my hand's at right now, the entrance is right here. So we're literally right.
So everyone has to come in right by you guys. Okay.
They got to see
so
us no
literally
matter what.
can't miss it. Yeah, we've been working our way up. We started in the 8,000s. I think we got to the 4,000s. Now we're at 2023, which is not a year. This is not the year where we're not looking in the future. This is in fact 2021. But booth 2023, need to stop on by for sure. So predictions on I was gonna say so. What other things are we giving away?
So we got a lot of marketing material that we're going to be handing out. Obviously, we have our our banners and stuff where people can see the information firsthand. But we want people to take this and then actually digest the information, because it is a lot of information that they have to consume. But when they take the time to learn, they'll see how we can actually help them and cater to their business. But yeah, so if you see anyone, if any individuals are here watching this right now, feel free to stop by our booth 2023, and I'll be able to hand you this information, and I'll talk to you directly about how we can help facilitate any payments globally.
Awesome, man. Sorry, I'm making sure we're seeing. Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
Look at we have more. My boy Austin right here.
Austin, what's going on?
How's it going,
Austin,
Ryan?
how's it? I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
It's going very well. I'm just excited to be here. Excited to be on with you, live with you. I've actually been watching you long before I joined Ping Pong. So
you guys are too kind. I am supposed, for a listener who's out there and watching, that my team likes to make me a celebrity, which I am not. I just happen to be on social media and out there in the public educating consumers. But that's kind of you guys to say. What's the show been like for you so far, Austin?
So far, it's been good. I actually drove up yesterday from California. Got in this morning. Show started about 45 minutes ago, and there's a lot of good vendors here. I already talked to 2 companies too that have a lot of vendors out in China. So that's our bread and butter, and I'm excited to follow up with them after the conference.
Absolutely. So maybe give a context real quick for people who are listening. Ping Pong's divided up into a couple different ways. What division and what kind of specialty are you focused on? Is it the supplier functionality, or is it more helping Amazon sellers directly with remittance?
So I joined in and then building out the supplier pay team. So working under Kenny to essentially connect our customers in the supplier pay focus to their suppliers. We want to help companies better pay their suppliers faster, cheaper, and more efficient.
Amazing. And of course, sorry, I have myself on mute because my dog decided to walk into my office. So with that being said, no, but my question to you, this is the first event that you were at for Ping Pong, or is this something that you've been able to go to a couple of the other different events that have been going on throughout the country?
I went to Chicago, so that was just about a week or 2 ago. And the focus there again for me was to go in looking for supplier pay, somebody following in that bucket. On the e-commerce side, Amazon seller side, that's where we're finding more of the leads at in these conferences. Does that answer the question, Ryan?
No, it does. No, that's great perspective. What do you think is more exciting about this one, maybe versus the one in Chicago? Have you seen a stark difference, or does it feel the same? I'm curious, for someone who's never been to either, how would you compare and contrast those two different events, if you will?
I would say this one's going to have a little bit larger turnout. From my understanding, Retail X was the biggest concert, also known as IRC, I think it is.
Yeah, formerly
So
known as
Retail X,
IRC. Mhm.
formerly known as IRC, that was a lot smaller turnout than in past. So to where that is a really, really large conference, typically, from what I heard, it was about 1/5 of the size. This seems like it's going to be a really big turnout in terms of quantity of people coming through. So that's probably the difference. I'd say this one's a little bit more put together, meaning a lot more booths in a smaller area, and a lot more people walking around. It is Vegas, not Chicago, so they're a little bit more open here, I think, with the guidelines. And there's going to be a lot more people here to talk to.
Well, amazing. Well, thank you kind of for the time. Is there anything that people, what are they going to expect walking away from a ping pong booth, I guess, in your mind? We heard Brandon's. What's your kind of expectation? So I walk up to you guys. What am I going to walk away with? Besides physical t-shirts, obviously.
Besides t-shirts and besides white papers, a lot of knowledge on who's the best in the business at moving money from point A to point B. I came from the payment space, joining into ping pong, and I believe deep down in my core that we have the strongest solution. We have the most international banking relationships, and we can move money the best from point A to point B. But companies are going to know walking away that they're supported here from our team, and that if they need either a rate comparison or they need us to look at how their business is moving money today and see if we can either save them money or move it more efficiently, that we're here to support them to do that. So I think if they're going to walk away from this booth with anything, it's support from the experts in the business that move money the best.
Amazing. Well, man, that's a great way to cap off, I think, the rest of this. I'll let you guys get back to work because I know the crowd's starting to pick up. Best of luck out there at White Label Expo. And again, let us know how it goes at the end of the day. Best of luck and make some partners happen and deals happen.
Thanks for having us, Ryan.
No problem. Thanks, Austin. And again, everyone, thank you again. They'll go ahead and cap off kind of our day and our live look-in at White Label Expo. Again, this is something that I've started. Hopefully you, the audience, if you're watching and listening to this, that this is something informative to kind of give you a bigger and better perspective on what events are starting to look like as the world continues, again, to open up in a safe but also a business-like mentality. We've seen it with Prosper Show, which is 4 days in Vegas, all focused around Amazon. We've fast forwarded to last week, actually, when we had Retail X in Chicago, which is more e-commerce focused across the board, not just Amazon focused. But then you also have ASGTG in Brooklyn, which is all Amazon sellers, really great focus and live. We did look around in there, fantastic in terms of the representation, but also the service industry and who was the trends you were starting to see there. And now you fast forward to here as another e-commerce business, but you're looking at it and drawing a different kind of crowd. We're drawing 14, 15,000 people who are walking the floor. And for people who might be wondering why that might be the case, those other events, I know you have to pay a sort of ticket fee to get into, or again, depending on locale, might be a little more tough to get to. I know for the fact in White Label Expo, it is free to actually attend the event itself. So you as a person, if you're in Las Vegas watching this right now, you can actually go and attend this event, walk around the exhibit hall and kind of listen to those live talks. Our partners over at Gatito, they're right behind a big stage where it's going to be talks about expectations in e-commerce. I believe it's even sponsored by Thrasio. All these kinds of events that are happening right now, they're different, alluring to different kinds of audiences. So if you're in either, again, we heard it a couple times, the CBD space, which we jokingly about, but again, great in terms of online presence and developing new and different ways and economies. Or if you're looking for an Amazon or more of a direct-to-consumer kind of look at the events, then you can obviously talk to some of these service providers that you maybe not got a chance to at those other events as well. That being said, again, White Label Expo, to kind of give a quick plug for them, this is not by any means a partnership. It is something that keep an eye out for. There's lots of people who want off just attend because it's a free event, not to just exhibit, but also to be an attendee at because of those connections. It's a 2-day event, so it's not a lot of investment in your time or money. But then also it's free to walk around. There's a lot more businesses that can't afford to exhibit at. So you might get more of an e-commerce focus instead of an Amazon focus if you're looking for that kind of aspect as well. White Label also, again, I talked about earlier in this live broadcast, it is more of it is growing internationally. So you're going to see them pop up again at the end of the month in New York City. And then also, I want to say in Germany. So you can actually go ahead and check out either Google White Label Expo or again, just check out all the different events. They do a pretty great job from what we can tell from the ground. It looks organized. We've heard that multiple times. A lot of buzz around drawing and capturing people to attend. So lots of possibilities there. If you're a service provider or you're a seller in the space, go ahead and put that on your calendar. Again, it's going to be different parts of the year. So if it's near you, go ahead and check out White Label Expo. You can give that a check mark as a great attendee event, I would say as well. So go ahead and put that on a calendar for the next upcoming one. If you aren't able to attend live in person this time around, go ahead and check out the ones again in Vegas, or I would believe again in Germany. Don't hold me to that, but I believe it's in Frankfurt, Germany is the next one as well, maybe as well as London. That being said, again, this is a live look at White Label Expo. This is our ability to look at and converse with different people at these different events, vendors, partners of PingPong. Go ahead and stop by and say hello. Let them know that you heard us at this live look at these events. But that being said, if there's anything else, if you have questions, comments, and concerns, make sure you go ahead and reach out to any of those people and partners. Again, Getita, Boosted Commerce, we have Payability on here, and of course, PingPong Payments. Go ahead and reach out to those respective people. But I want to thank them, again, Rob, Boosted, as well as Jacob over at Payability, and then, of course, the team over at PingPong for just spending a couple of minutes to speak with us about what to expect, the difference of the events itself, and what people might be missing out this time around. But I appreciate you all tuning in today and watching us live as we looked into the White Label Expo in Las Vegas. We'll catch you guys next time on Crossover Commerce. Go ahead and subscribe to our podcast channel, or you can catch us live on our social media channels and ask your questions. Depending on the topic, we actually have a great one tomorrow with an aggregator seller X. If you are listening to this, go ahead and put that on your calendar to be able to check out as well. I'm Ryan Cramer. We'll catch you guys next time. Take care.